New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of the Super Junior 2021 Day 10 continued to this morning. EMA, I believe is how it's pronounced. In the main event, we had Hiromu Takahashi taking on low-key long rival DOUKI here, and the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion El Desperado taking on Ryusuke Taguchi in the semi-main. Other tournament matches we had Sho versus Taiji Ishimori, Yo versus El Phantasmo, Robbie Eagles versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Master Waddle versus Bushi. So we all know Young Lions went to a draw. Another solid match, but you know, this is the story. Young Lions going to a draw. Who's going to get the victory first, man, out of these Young Lions? That's not Shingo Takagi. But he's not a Young Lion, but he got a victory in a Young Lion match. So you know what I meant. Moving on up the card. First best of the Super Junior action we had tonight. We had Master Waddle taking on and defeating Bushi, or Master Waddle taking on and defeating Bushi right here. Excuse me. He got the victory. I believe was it the RPP is what he used to get the victory over Bushi. I could be wrong right here. So yeah, it was a decent match. I thought this match was pretty fucking solid. I wish Bushi would have got the victory, but of course I always do. But I digress. Moving on up the card. The next BSOJ action of the night, we have the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, one half of the Junior Heavyweight Tag Champs, Robbie Eagles, taking on and defeating Yoshinobu Kanemaru, 12 minutes and 23 seconds. Eagles was able to use the Ron Miller special to get the submission victory over Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Another solid match. You got Yoshinobu Kanemaru, one of the better in-ring veterans here in pro wrestling, in New Japan, excuse me. And Robbie Eagles is a solid hand himself. He can kind of mix it up and do a lot of the things here. He can fly, he can high fly, he can mat wrestle. So I knew I was going to get a good mixture of that. Solid match between these two guys. Pretty much, if I can compare it to the Waddle-Bushi match, I would probably edge that one out here a little bit. This match before the Bushi-Waddle match, but that is what it is. Moving on up the card, we got Yo, defeating El Phantasmo in about 15 minutes and 32 seconds, which is a huge upset to me. He got the victory via the 5-star clutch. He was fighting from underneath, the whole match, and to see him finally get the victory right here was kind of surprising. It was kind of shocking. I thought El Phantasmo he would come back a little bit, then he would ultimately take the L to El Phantasmo, but that's not what happened, man. He got the victory, dude. So shout out to Yo. Then moving on up the card, we have Taiji Ishimori taking on and defeating Yo. Ishimori won by a pinfall after a low blow in the backslide. I swear to God, I can speak English. A backslide, excuse me. Yeah, so you know, this is Bullet Club versus House of Torture, or Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. And then we're going to have those underhanded tactics right here. I'm glad Ishimori was the one to get the victory right here. Solid match, man. Ishimori did what he could with the character of Sho right now. So he did what he could, 13 minutes and 30 seconds, and he won by a very smart method. I thought that was pretty fucking tough, pretty fucking nice. So moving on up the card for our penultimate match of the show, El Desperado taking on defeating Ryusuke Taguchi, 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Desperado used numero dos to get the submission victory over Ryusuke Taguchi, Two fucking amazing wrestlers right here. They had a great, amazing match, man. And this probably could have been a main event, but it wasn't the main event. Really, really good match, really fucking solid. I would probably say go out of your way to watch the penultimate match and the main event right here. Speaking of the main event, we had a fucking banger. We had Hiromu Takahashi taking on and defeating DOUKI in about 20 minutes, 34 seconds. Hiromu got the pin after putting him away with the time bomb. Fucking great match right here. These dudes are very, not antithesis of each other, they're very similar in a whole lot of ways, man. And I'm glad people can see that, because I feel like this match has been many, many years in the making. They kind of always passed each other in the night. They haven't really had that many singles matches in here in New Japan. But when they have a match, man, I'm always signed up for it. And I'm always looking forward to watching it and just, put my feet up, get me some popcorn, and enjoying that thing. That's what I did here. We got Hiromu getting the victory, man. And let's go ahead and talk about the point standings while we were at it. So tied atop at first. Why? Because they had a draw. We got El Desperado and Hiromu Takahashi with a record of 6-3-1. They both have 13 points. With 12 points, we have Taiji Ishimori, Sho, Yo, and Robbie Eagles sitting on 12 points. We have El Phantasmo currently sitting on 10. Yoshinobu Kanemaru sitting on Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Taguchi, Bushi, Master Waddle, they all have 8 points, record of 4-6. And DOUKI has a record of 2-8. So next time we have Best of the Super Junior action, we're going to get Sho versus Yo. That's going to be fucking amazing. We're going to get Hiromu Takahashi versus Robbie Eagles. El Desperado versus El Phantasmo, the battle of the does, if you will. Ryusuke Taguchi versus Taiji Ishimori. Master Waddle versus DOUKI. Bushi versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And you know where to find this Best of the Super Junior action results review as far as the World Tag League goes as well. We are the almighty SOS Wrestling Network. Be sure you like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Price of subscription is $3.99. So sign off out of here, y'all. Have a good one. Toodle Pippington.